Happy New Year, and yeah, thank you very much for your support, guys. So, this is the Samsung Galaxy A05, Samsung's latest entry-level device with huge improvements when compared to last year's model. It still doesn't come with a fingerprint sensor. Anyways, this is everything, I mean every improvement you need to know about the Galaxy A05. The very first thing you notice about this device is its huge body. It is huge and simple at the same time. That's how I see it. Having a huge body means bigger display with more screen real estate for media consumption. On the back of the device is pretty simple. So you do get two cameras with LED flash and the Samsung brand name at the lower part of the device. The Galaxy A05 is all plastic built, but the back looks glossy when you take a close look, and it even gets better with some nice reflection when light falls on this back surface. So as you can see, it looks very nice. Even though this is a big phone, this color and design style makes the device feel much premium at first sight, because I've had a lot of people asking me which device is this, and I'm like, this is the Samsung Galaxy A05. They're like, oh wow. But without they having much knowledge about the device, they might think this is a premium device, not knowing this is an entry-level device. There are other color options you can choose from, but this one right here comes in the silver color, which looks good and is 80% good at hiding fingerprint smudges. I decided to do a drop test though, but I think I'm not going to do it anymore because definitely I might break the screen. But the back will survive any drops, and if you think you don't want to mess up this beauty, then the best way to do that is to wear it a case. Now the display gets bigger with less huge bezels when compared to last year's model, the Galaxy A04. This time around, Samsung upgraded to the U-shaped notch on the Galaxy A05, and it looks nicer than the V-shaped notch on its predecessor. The display remains the same at 720p 60Hz LCD display, and it still looks great. It would have been nicer if this came with at least a 90Hz refresh rate for smooth scrolling in apps and supported games, and just using the device in general. As I said earlier, having a bigger display like this is a huge plus for a lot of people just to consume video content, and they don't really care about the refresh rate feature being missing. I also noticed it is easy to use this device under direct sunlight. I'm not really sure about the net brightness, but this should be around 600 nits of peak brightness. I have a feeling this is going to be Samsung's last entry-level devices to have a 720p display. I'm very sure the next set of models will definitely have a 1080p display. Another huge improvement on the Galaxy A05 is its processor, and this is the Helio G85. It is a huge improvement when you take a look at this benchmark scores, and it outperforms the Helio P35 in the Galaxy A04. Now this is paired with 4 gigs of RAM. To be honest, the performance so far has been smooth. I played less demanding games to see how well this will handle the games for a very long period of time, and it was smooth. There was no major heating issues, and I tried games like PUBG as well, but you could play in medium settings, which is best for this device. I did like to mention that if you do use multiple apps or you have heavy apps running in the background, then there's definitely going to be a noticeable lag when using this device because you're only getting 4 gigs RAM on here. This Galaxy A05 I have here comes with 64 gigs of internal storage, but you can also go in for the 128 gigs model and you still get the same 4 gigs RAM, plus there's a free slot if you want to expand your storage using SD card. Just 2 cameras and a LED flash. The first one is a 50 megapixel main camera and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. Pictures I've captured so far using these cameras are so far looking good, especially when you shoot in good lighting conditions. In my opinion, the 50 megapixel camera looks more natural when compared to the standard mode, which look good as well, but they do pop a lot. Colors do pop a lot in the standard photos. But in my opinion, the 50 megapixel photos look more natural if you ask me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. To easily activate the 50 megapixel lens on your device, you head over to your camera app, you select the aspect ratio icon here, then you click on the 50 megapixel option. Now the front camera also sees a new upgrade, which is an 8 megapixel sensor. Photos from this lens look good and is way better than what the Galaxy A04 delivers. Both the front and rear cameras get to record videos in 1080p resolution at 30 frames per second. But the back also gets to do extra 60 frames per second, and this means you have options to choose from when shooting with the rear camera. Either you want to shoot in 30 frames or 60 frames per second. The video quality is average, and stabilization on this device isn't great, as you can see from this video. You should be fine taking pictures on the Galaxy A05 than videos. Battery life is great, and this is something you notice on devices such as this. A full charge can last you a whole day and half or maybe 2 on light use. So far, this is how my usage pattern is looking like. Samsung adding the 25-watt fast charging capability to the Galaxy A05 makes it pretty interesting and impressive, since this wasn't available on the Galaxy A04. But to enjoy this fast charging feature, you need to get a charger, of course, which you know is not included in the box. The Galaxy A05 is expected to get up to 4 years of software updates, meaning this device is going all the way up to Android 17. It's a cool deal, right? There are 2 things I nearly forgot to point out on this device, and this is the lack of the fingerprint sensor, which if this device had would have been amazing. Another problem I had with this device is the lack of stereo speakers. The speakers on here are not great. The bass is not that much as you'd get on other devices. But this is pretty normal because this is an entry-level device, and definitely this is something you need to expect. I mean, you don't get everything. For pricing, the Galaxy A04 starts at $110, which is like 1,300 cedis here in Ghana, but just know prices may differ depending on the store you are purchasing from. To be honest with you, the Galaxy A05 doesn't look that cheap. Just take a look at the design. If you ignore the lack of the refresh rate on the display, you get good performance, 25-watt fast charging, and a big display with vivid colors. What do you think about the Galaxy A05? Drop your comments, and yeah, let's have a chat. And this is my review on the Galaxy A05. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and stay safe.